This is an example of a typical algebra question where you have to solve. You should be able to see straight away that u square, you're getting u square and v square from this part. So these kind of questions you typically have to solve. So there is no shortcut to these kind of questions. Don't look for it. If you want, I'll straight away get to the analysis first. So if you want, you can solve these kind of questions in round two. You can leave it for round two. If you have time, then come back to it. Or maybe leave questions like this if you don't want to take too much time on it, because there are variants of this where it's easy to find the squares, but this one is not easy to find the squares. You have to write the steps and do it elaborately. So let's say let us take the steps here. But before we get into that, I hope all of you remember that a plus b plus c whole square is a square plus b square plus c square plus twice of ab plus bc plus ca. So we are going to utilize this while expanding this part. So let us just elaborately write the steps here. So we have u square from the first one. Then you have a u square, a 4v square, a 1 square, that is 1. And then you have this 2ab, 2bc, 2ca. So keep the signs in mind. When you're squaring it, it doesn't matter. It will be anyhow whole squares. But when you're multiplying two things, the signs matter. So when you do u into minus 2v, so that is minus 2uv, but double of that, so that is minus 4uv. Then you have u into minus 1, so that is minus u, but multiplied to 2, so that is minus 2u. And then minus 2v into minus 1 will be plus 2v, but then multiplied to 2, so that is plus 4v. And this is equal to minus 4uv and minus 4v square, right? So this is what we have, the entire expression. So first thing you should be able to observe that this minus 4uv and minus 4uv cancels out. And you can bring this 4v square on this side. So let us adjust this a bit. So you have something like 2u square plus 8v square. Then you have this minus 2u and this 4v. And then you have a plus 1. This is equal to 0. So now we are leading into something interesting. So whenever you have something like this, typically this will always translate to a perfect square plus a perfect square equal to 0. And each of the squares will be equal to 0. So let me show you how to make those squares quickly. Um, Let me elaborate one step. Maybe if I skip that step, it might be difficult for some of you. So I'll just take this 2u with this 2u square. That is important to do. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2 common and I'm going to write u square minus 2u. Similarly, I'm going to group this 8v square with this 4v. But in this case, I'll take not 4 common, I'll take 2 common. I'll explain why straight away. But just let me write this. This is what we have. Leave the constant as of now. See, the reason I did this is because this 4v square is a whole square, right? If I take 4 common, then I have 2v square, which is not a perfect square. So I want to keep, I can write v root 2 whole square, but that is, don't try to get into irrationals. Keeping them rational will always help you to calculate less. So keep it in this way. So make squares, whole squares. So now coming to the whole square bit. So, okay, I made a mistake here. Sorry for that. This will be 2u square minus u because you have taken 2 common. So this is 1 second, 2u square minus u. So let me try to make the whole square here. So you have, this thing, I don't want to explicitly write this, but this step you should understand. See, we have the u square, so you'll have a part of u. Just imagine the a minus b whole square or a plus b whole square, whichever it is. So in this case, it will be a minus b whole square because there's a minus here. So how would this behave? So you have u whole square, of course. Then you will have that 2ab term, right? It's in minus, so you'll have a minus something. But then what is that? 2 into u into how much should give us u? So 2 into u into half, right? If you do this, then only you get this u, isn't it? So we need a half as one of the parts. So b has to be half. And because there's a minus here, it has to be minus half whole square. So because I've written it in this way, now it will be a little easy to resolve this constant part. So I'll come to that. Don't worry about the constant as of now. We'll automatically do that. First, let us make the two squares. I don't need this bracket. I can just use the first bracket itself. Great. So this is what we have, right? Now the same thing here. So first of all, this is 2v whole square. So 2v. Now I need 2 into 2v into something giving us 2v. So again, half, right? So same thing. So now you have plus half whole square. So same thing again, right? So you have something like this. Now check the constant bit. See, this part will give us a half square, and that multiplied to 2 will give us half, right? I mean, let me show this elaborately. So you have half square. Just 1 second. So you have half square. That will be one of the terms of this expansion into 2 will be half, right? And the same thing will happen here also, right? Well, minus half or plus half doesn't matter. When you square it, it will be whole, positive only. So this part is giving me a half constant, and this part is giving me a half constant. So that consumes this one, right? This half plus half is actually 1. So that is consuming this one. So now I hope you understand the initial thing that I was talking about. This entire thing, because the constant bit is consumed, so this is equal to 0, right? And in these kind of questions, obviously u and v are real numbers. So considering that they are real numbers, so each of the squares adding up to 0 implies that each of the squares individually should be 0, right? No whole square of a real number can be negative, right? So you cannot have one of them positive and the other has to be negative. That is not possible. So essentially, if this is equal to 0, so u is equal to half. And when this part is 0, so 2v is equal to minus half, or v is equal to minus 1 by 4. So you're getting these two values of u and v directly. So once you have these values, whatever is required in terms of u and v, you can calculate. So just substitute here. So you get half minus 3 by 4. Evaluate, you get minus 1 by 4 as answer. So typically this will take around 2 to 2.5 minutes to solve, depending on how good you are with these steps. It might actually go to 3 minutes. So that is why I was saying either do it in round 2 or maybe skip it. It's your call. If you're good with it, then definitely go for it. If you're good with the rest of the questions, then you have enough time for solving a question like this. So try to do the questions which you can solve in less amount of time to save questions for this type, which will obviously give you an edge. So that's it for this question. I hope you understood the solution. Thank you.